first let me say that, and I don't take any pleasure in seeing the kind of chaotic functioning.
Just a little bit of Schadenfreude, just a little bit?
No, and here's why, Nick. I mean, look, I thought I was going to win, and I had a really good transition operation going because I understood. You remember that point in the debate, one of the debates, when my opponent was ridiculing me yet again for having prepared for the debate. And I said, yes, I did prepare for the debate, and I'll tell you something else I prepared for, being president. So I felt like I felt like, you know, I would have, look, it's the hardest job you can imagine. And I thought we would have been prepared. We would have been ready to move on a range of fronts. We had worked so hard on policies, even lining up, you know, personnel and the like. So clearly that wasn't well prepared for the incoming administration. And I think they are going through some very public growing pains. But here's what I don't understand. I don't understand the commitment to hurt so many people that this administration, this White House, seems to be pursuing. You know, there are so many examples in just the first 100 days. The ban on people coming into our country, and yes, it was aimed at originally 7, now 6 countries, but it really sent a chilling effect across the world, and not just to Muslims, to all kinds of people who are saying to themselves, wait a minute, what happened? Don't you still have Lady Liberty in the New York Harbor? Aren't we still the land of, you know, opportunity and freedom? So it had a terrible impact. And then, of course, what they did or tried to do to the health care bill, which I will confess to this, having listened to them talk about, you know, repeal and replace for 8 years or 7 years now, and they had not a clue what that meant. They had no idea. I don't know that any of them had ever even read the bill, read the law, understood how it worked. It was so obvious, and you know, healthcare is complicated, right? And so they're like, they don't know what to do. And yeah, I do admit that was somewhat gratifying as they, you know, were going back and forth. But the targeting of women, which is what's going on, is absolutely beyond any political agenda. There's something else happening here. So the global gag rule, you know, that bounces back and forth between Republicans and Democrats, but the way they wrote it this time, not like Bush did, not like Reagan did, this time would be to remove all aid if there is some kind of alleged breach, because you provide, you know, family planning services, but somebody says to a woman desperate to, you know, get an abortion because she's been told she'll die if she tries to bear another child, and so you try to help her, well, you then lose everything, not just a little bit, but all of it. So then that you follow up that with the UN Population Fund, which I have seen, and you've seen, because you've traveled extensively, the impact that those dollars have in saving women's and children's lives, in helping women have a better shot at a future because maybe she can get contraception and not had her first child at 14 and has had 6 or 7, now she's 27 and she's desperately trying to prevent another pregnancy and she needs it. You know, this is not just the right and moral position for the United States to take. This is in our national security interests. The more we support women, the more we support democracy, the more we backhand terrorism and fundamentalism that can creep into countries. So women's issues are national security issues.